over with the Crusaders Super Rugby team, so I was really interested to see their environment and take away a couple of good things for us going forward as well. I think it's really important as coaching staff or as a head coach to continue to be curious and look outside our sport. And going to the Crusaders over in Christchurch, who are one of the really leading Super Rugby teams, I think it's really important because we might get one or two ideas from spending some time with another organisation or how they gain success. So I think learning's really important. This is the Accel drill that you do on a Wednesday with JC. You've got a certain amount of Accels to go after, and are you getting them? Are we seeing a change of pace or are we not? Right, so week 1, 51%. And week 3, which was Wednesday, 78%. So 78% of the opportunities that JC gave us to change our pace, we got done. So are we getting better every day or are we getting better every week? Yeah, we are, boys. All right? So that's the message. Stay at it, boys. We're getting better here.
Paul, Siwa, Simo, Jazz, Caleb, Tarsi James, Burbo. You go and just stand there behind that speaker, please. Give you a quick demo here. When you're starting, you've got to be here, okay? On the go, this is 1 lap. Get out forward, back pedal. You've got to back pedal on the 5 all the time. Whenever you come back here, you just got to get down at your front. Down, hands off, go. Get out 10. Now you're always forwards. Get through here, down somewhere behind here. Get your hands off, go quickly. About 20. Get through. This first one, it's only 1. Just break the line. Just get through here, okay? Yeah. Hang on. So that's your first one, right? We've got you on camera, so don't worry about your times. You do 1. Oh boy, it's hard work that. So go 1, 2, 2. Then you do 4, then you do 1. Good start, lads, we're flying.
We had a little bit of a chaos day pre-Christmas, meet at 6 AM, and then they basically just got told on the spot what they're doing and they had to react.
Right, we're going to be finished at 11:30 today. Alright? But the mentality you need to have is, whatever's thrown your way, just go after it. These days it's just about practicing, handling, getting some chaos, and staying in the moment. We're all in together, because I'm telling you, we get this right, we'll go to the next level.
And then it'd be right now we've got Jim and Wrestle.
Up, yes sir.
And then we had a swap, and then they basically just got told on the spot what they're doing and they had to react and respond accordingly in the right way.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to finish the day rather than going onto the pitch. We went a little bit old school with the boys. It's not something we generally do in this programme. We're usually very rugby specific in this programme. We wanted to go a little bit old school. So
Your next job is to be at North Curly Surf Club, ready to go for 10 o'clock.
Right, you with Jimmy, boys? 10 o'clock.
we took them up to Curly, up to the hill there, which Steve's recommended, for which was perfect.
Well done, boys.
That's been the big boys, though.
They were really good. They responded in the right way, they adapted in the right way, and they attacked it from the word go, and that's all we asked them to do. You know, whatever was in front of them, to just step into it. We got out of the session what we wanted, and that was to test them a little bit, mentally and physically, but also give them something that they really weren't expecting it. Because they were expecting, I think, to just go for a swim and maybe do a bit of something on the beach. I thought they responded and they reacted brilliantly.
About halfway that hill, the legs are just still in. Still inside, eh? Well, good, Caleb. Let's go. Anyone? Even if you have it for later. Yeah. Grateful. Take it when you're ready.
Look, boys, we've been going for 4 weeks. The guys have started, all right? So you've done a really good block. You've worked really hard, okay? Think about 4 weeks ago where you started to where we are now. Because we didn't have a big 6 or 7 week block pre-Christmas, JC's added the load every week. All right, so every week's got a little bit harder. We've had to stay out, it's been tough, all right? We finished really tough today. Trainer of the week, we made this decision before the Hills, but we showed in the Hills the same mentality he has since he's come back. So Roos, mate, you had an outstanding game. All right, so you're the 4 points for our job. You're done.
For those of you who don't know, it's Bell's last day today. He's moving on for family reasons, spent a bit more time with his girls in his clinic. So, Bell's, for the last few years, mate, we're welcoming Kieran Cleary. Kieran's someone we worked with at the Wallabies. Last year he's worked in Rugby Australia for about 20 years as a head physio, so very experienced physio, good bloke. Don't mind a beer as well every now and then. To welcome Kieran.
It's always great to have the full squad together. You know, it's the first time the entire squad's been back on the park. So, you know, to get guys like, you know, Turbo and Hopper, Tolu, Hamole, you know, Tanyella, you know, those types of guys back from international football. But to have 2 of our leaders in Daly Cherry Evans and Jake Trbojevic back, you know, just really adds a real presence and leadership to our group. And I wanted to make sure that Jake and Ches had a real good break. I think it was a good opportunity for those guys to freshen up.
And they have come in and they've repaid us already. They have come in and just hit the ground running and took the sessions to just another level very, very quickly, which you would expect them to do at their level. You know, all those senior boys that have come in, they've really elevated training. So the intensity of training has gone up and the accuracy of what we're trying to do has certainly elevated as well. So it can only be positive putting players of that quality and of that standard back into your team, and we've certainly felt that.
Oh, well, it's fantastic for our younger players. So, you know, someone like Anthony Large is 17 years of age, he's going into grade 12 at Scots College, and you know, for him, the other day he was doing reps with Daly Cherry Evans in the halves, and he just, at the end of the session, I went up, you know, and I spoke to him about, you know, what he learned, and you know, there's 2 or 3 things that he said that he learned from Ches, but he just had a massive big smile because he's just going, couldn't believe that he was training with someone who's played for Australia, you know, the captain of the club, the captain of Queensland. So, you know, those really small experiences for those younger guys, they'll carry that with them into the start of their career. And, you know, even to have Jake Trbojevic, you know, something that he's been working on is grabbing some different players, younger players, emerging players in the forwards after training and doing some extra craft with them. Yeah, it's fantastic to have those guys working with the younger players. Ches spoke to me over the off-season and said that he wanted Joey Walsh's locker next to his, in between him and Brooksy, in the locker room here, you know, and Ches wants to have real influence on him, and that's the real goal. And I think when you have senior players like we do, and we're fortunate enough to have senior players, you know, like Ches and Jake and Tom at our club, then goes a long way to sort of, I suppose, inducting those guys into the Manly way of doing things. And that's what I like about, having younger guys in our group and working alongside, legends of our game.
How are you going to attack it?
For us to grow and get to the next level, we can, need to continue, the connection piece, which is the stuff that we do off field. One of the ideas that we are doing here at the moment is, having some campfire chats, which John Bonacera, who is fantastic in that space, really digging around and asking some questions in that space. And I think, getting to know the person beside you, whether it's a player, a staff member, a little bit deeper and on a deeper level, that helps add to that connection, because everyone's got a story and everyone's been through challenges and everyone's had some successes over the journey, and it's not just about sharing them, but it's about sharing some stuff that is a little bit deeper and I suppose, in some ways, makes you a little bit vulnerable in front of the rest of the group. I was the first staff member to get up and do it. I think, for the players to hear a little bit more about, my story and some of the challenges that I've had to go through, and even share a little bit more about me personally and about my family and so on. I think the first two players to share their stories were Toff Sipley and Jake Trbojevic, and just after one sort of campfire chat with them, you know those guys a lot better, because they actually shared some really deep personal stuff about themselves. And I think when we've got a greater understanding of each other off the field and why we do what we do and what we've had to endure, as I said, then I think it builds that connection within the group. So.
Boys, go! Catch it quick! Rubes are in front! Go on, Luke! Nice and quick! Change the direction, go round nice and tight. Stay with him, Gordy. Good. You both get ready. Let him go. Be in the hands, boys. Yeah, good. That's it. Look, let's go.
And today, we did the conditioning. We've got the half-backs running with the middle forwards at the minute. He's just led from the front. And again, for those boys who've been playing a few weeks, it might be hard to handle watching, coming back in and doing that. But I look at that, that's positive.
Let him go. Try to be dragged up. Go, push through, onto it.
Boys have got to get up to his level. That's why he's played at the level he's at and achieved the things he's done. So for me, it's only a positive that he's come in and done that.
We have a different sort of theme for our camp each and every year, but the big rocks that we want to go after in this camp is how we continue to build that connection. It's an opportunity for us to work on our game model, which is how we want to play our footy on the field. And the third thing is, set some stands in and around our actions on and off the field. What sort of team do we want to be? What sort of team do we want to look like? And so, the camp up in the Blue Mountains gives us an opportunity to, have meals together, live together, train together. It'll be hard work up there, but it's a really football focus. But they're the three big rocks that we're going after. Setting those, behaviours and those actions in place for, what's expected around here.